shall we dive into the complete summary of One Piece Chapter 1163. All right then, let's go, right after the intro.
Hello everyone, welcome to Manga Information Channel, Soldo here. Before we dive into today's content, I just want to ask you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That will help the channel grow and reach even more people. And now, without any further delay, let's get into today's video. Let's go!
Chapter 1163, Promise. Reader request for the cover, Luffy doing parkour and jumping between buildings with two monkeys. The chapter begins with Imu standing over Saturn's body, attacking both pirates and marines in God Valley without discrimination. Then, Imu comes face to face with Rocks. Rocks says, "Hey, King of Rats over there, you came here to kill me, didn't you?" Imu says, "To think it was you, Davy Jones." Rocks says, "I think you got the wrong guy. I've never even met that fella. However, a promise must be kept, wouldn't you agree?" Imu says, "And that's exactly why all of you must be erased, completely wiped out from history." Mu's world is not yet complete. Rocks says, "This world is not yours." Rocks and Imu begin to fight. At the same time, Garp arrives on the scene with some marines and walks toward the battle. He sees Imu attacking both pirates and marines. Marines say, "Garp-san, should we provide backup?" Garp says, "Of course we should." Marines say, "But to whom?" Cut to Roger Pirates versus Rocks Pirates. In a massive double spread, Captain John uses the power of the Jiki Jiki no Mi fruit, the same one Kid has in the present, to gather all treasures for himself with magnetic power. Captain John says, "Come to me, treasures." Big Eater, meaning Great Magnetic Grasp, Gavin says all metals are reacting to it. Don't let your weapons be taken. Roger Pirates say, "Strong magnetic force detected from the entrance of the valley to the southeastern region of the island." Roger says, "Out of my way. I don't give a damn." Despite the intensity of the magnetic force, Roger keeps running toward where Imu and Rocks are fighting. Ganzui sees what Captain John is doing and attacks him using the Bomu Bomu no Mi fruit, the same one Mr. 5 has in the present. Ganzui fires a dried mucus shot called Sky Snake Red Cannon and defeats John. Dragon's gun is also pulled by John's magnetism, making him fall to the ground when John is hit and passes out. Dragon and Shanks get separated and we see Shanks climbing into one of the treasure chests. Cut back to where Imu and Rocks are fighting. Garp arrives, but a group of Marines grab him, trying to stop him. Marines say, "No, you can't do that, Vice Admiral Garp. That's the highest authority of the world government." Garp says, "You mean that vermin?" Kaido asks Rocks to let him fight too, but suddenly Linlin arrives, flying on Zeus, and attacks Kaido. Roger finally appears and prepares to strike Imu. Linlin says, "Hold it right there. Kaido, I'm gonna kill you." Kaido says, "You're jealous, huh? Then watch this." Roger says, "Garp, that's my target." Then in one of the most epic double spreads in all of One Piece, Garp, Roger, Rocks, Newgate, Kaido, and Linlin attack Imu together. Garp says, "Galaxy Impact," Kamisari, Divine Departure. Rocks says, "Pandemonium," kanji meaning Cursed Abyss. Newgate says, "Hakua, Spacebreaker." Linlin says, Ikoku Sovereignty." Kaido says, "Dragon." All those massive attacks destroy Imu's body. Linlin tries to strike Kaido, but he dodges, and her attack hits Imu's body. Kaido's move was a Bolo Breath, but since it was his first time using it, he hadn't even chosen a name for it yet. Lol. Unfortunately, Imu regenerates immediately. Then he releases a colossal wave of Supreme King Haki, causing many people in God Valley to lose consciousness. Even so, Rocks keeps fighting and manages to cut Imu's body into pieces with his sword, but it's useless. Imu says, "Mu can see your wife and son running through the forest." Rocks says, "Don't you dare touch them." Imu, still cut in pieces, stabs Rock's body with two black tentacles. Imu says, "Rest assured, Mu won't do anything." Rocks says, "Argh!" A mosquito bite hurts more. Imu says, "You will be the one to wipe out your entire clan. Annihilate your wife and son." What? As if something that absurd. Imu says, "Domi Reversi Black." Rock says, "Eh, argh." On the amazing last page of the chapter, Imu uses Domi Reversi on Rocks while Garp, Roger, Newgate, and Linlin watch in shock. The chapter ends with Rocks starting to transform into a demon, his fangs growing. In the final panel, we see Eris and Teach running through the forest. End of chapter. No break next week. All right, everyone. That was the full summary. Remember, we'll still get the complete narrated chapter soon. It will be released officially next Sunday. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. See you next time, and thanks for watching.